I'm Leo London, welcome back to my channel, and this is a new series that we're going to do. Once a month, we are going to battle with these two decks, Stardust versus Clear Wing Synchro Dragon. Now these are some of our favorite monsters, and just like us, they have a lot of things in common. They're best friends, they hang out together. They're both wind monsters, both dragons, both synchro monsters, both
2500 attack.
2500 attack, main character ace monsters from the synchro dimension, who both happen to have really cool motorcycles. So this is the first round. We're gonna do this every month until the end of the year, and then figure out who the winner is, winner with the most points. Now the decks are gonna change each time as we adapt and grow the decks, but we're not gonna get away from the core strategy of Stardust Dragon and Clear Wing Synchro Dragon.
So, I win the die roll, so I like to go first. My opening hand, I'm able to discard Doppel Warrior to spec Quick Draw, and since something was spec from my hand while Doppel was in the graveyard, I get to spec it. And I go into the Halki Fibrax so I can get a Junk Synchron. Now, I haven't used my normal summon yet, so I spec the Tricky by discarding another card in my hand, which brings Doppel Warrior back out. And I use the Tricky and Junk Synchron to go into Stardust. And with my beautiful boy out on the field, I link away the remaining two materials on my side of the field to go into Decode Talker and pass.
Alright, so I open my turn with one of the most powerful cards in my deck, Speed Droid Terratop. Now it searches any Speed Droid from the deck and adds it to my hand after I special summon it, which I could do because I don't control any monsters. This time I add Speed Droid Horse Stilts, but normally I would add Teke Tomborg, but since I already had it in my hand, I decided to go for Horse Stilts because it'll summon another monster alongside it. Then I special summoned the Teke Tomborg that was in my hand. I attribute it to activate its effect, and then it will replace itself and special summon a tuner onto the field. I use Red-Eyed Dice's level modulation effect to turn Speed Droid Terratop into level 6 and then synchro summon. Now with the boss monster on my field, I then use my normal summon to summon out the Speed Droid Horse Stilts, which will special summon Speed Droid Tri-Eyed Dice.
Then I'll give my level 3 Tri-Eyed Dice and my level 4 Speed Droid Horse Stilts a quick tune-up. This monster won't bring Rin to her senses. I don't know what will. I Synchro Summon! Clear Wing Synchro Dragon!
Now with two of my boss monsters on the field, after I re-choose where I'm putting it, I activate Speed Droid Recovery from my hand and special summon Red-Eyed Dice from the graveyard and synchro summon away one of my Clear Wing Synchro Dragons.
Watch as the essence of that monster takes shape! Watch as it is forged by raw power! I Synchro Summon! Take flight, Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon!
Alright, now with two of my boss monsters on the field, I feel like I'm in a winning position. I set two cards, and then I move to the battle phase. I declare an attack with Crystal Wing against Stardust, only to be met with Cosmic Flare, which spins him back to the extra deck. I have to end my battle phase because any monster attacking would be sent to the extra deck.
So a lot of stuff saved me there, with the Cosmic Flare making Stardust immune to battle, basically, and Decode Talker having that buff. So I normal summon Junk. He flips a Dragon Bind. And so there's a little bit of a janky thing here. I go to spec Doppel Warrior because I was confused on the effect. I wasn't able to spec anything under 2500, but I could spec over 2500. So I place him back, And there's a bit of a misplay here. I go into Borreload, but we were confused and didn't realize until after.
リンク召喚権限せよリンク4バレルロードドラゴン
Yeah, so very unfortunate, but when we realized it afterwards, we agreed that in a tournament setting, once a misplay has been made and neither player acknowledges it, it just gets brushed over. So I used the Borreload to take his Clear Wing and attack for game with the rest. It's unfortunate that this game ends on a misplay, but I think the next two more than make up for the little mishap here, especially the little surprise we got at the end. So keep watching for that. Please. Also, I think it's really cool that Clear Wing and Stardust are on the same side of the field at the same time. You know they're drinking buddies.
Alright, so being completely caught by surprise from the Borreload Dragon, I start pretty strong, getting to go first this time. I special summon Speedroid Terratop, I search out the Teke Tomborg, which then special summons itself from my hand because I control a wind monster, because all my monsters are wind monsters. I activate Teke Tomborg's effect, tributing itself off the field to special summon Speedroid Red-Eyed Dice from the deck. I use its level modulation to make Terratop level 6, and you guys all know what's happening now. I summon my first Clear Wing Synchro Dragon, Ultimate Rare, this turn. I then normal summon Speedroid Horsestilts, which special summons alongside it Speedroid Den Daiko Duke. I then special summon Wind Witch Snowbell, level 1 tuner that could special summon itself as long as I control 2 wind monsters and only wind monsters.
I Synchro Summon! Clear Wing Synchro Dragon!
I then summon my second and ghost rare Clear Wing Synchro Dragon. I then synchro summon one more time.
Watch as the essence of that monster takes shape! Watch as it is forged by raw power! I Synchro Summon! Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon!
Now because of Wind Witch Snowbell's effect, my Crystal Wing is immune to destruction, and I'm ready to win.
So, draw for turn. I activate Tuning, which I use to search out Junk Synchron. Then I shuffle and pass to Leo to cut, so I can mill the top card in my deck. My deck is not equipped for going second, so I'm just trying to get a hand with as many cards that can spec as possible to try to play through as many negates as he has to make something. So I play Desires, right? Banish 10, draw 2. Unfortunately, I did draw Desires off Desires, which kind of sucks, but I don't really think it matters much. I don't remember my hand being exactly that ace. So I spec the Tricky. He chooses not to negate because he doesn't really think it's that big a deal. I normal summon Junk. He negates his effect and destroys, and then I pass.
Alright, so I know all I need is one more Clear Wing Synchro Dragon, and I've got game. So I sent one card on the field. I activate Horsestilts' effect in the graveyard to send another monster from my deck to the graveyard to replace itself. I send Speedroid Triad Dice to the graveyard off of this effect. I then activate Den Daiko Duke, who is in the graveyard from last turn as well, and by banishing it from the graveyard, I can special summon Speedroid Triad Dice, which will put exactly 8,000 damage on board because when Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon attacks into the Tricky, he will gain Tricky's attack points and attack for 3,000 damage straight up. And I have game. Up next, Clear Wings. And with that, I have game.
So sometimes you have big brain plays. Sometimes you have galaxy brain plays, and sometimes you have over-top clear mind plays. So I wasn't sure if I'd be able to pull this off. I knew there was a few very small specific hands that could get this off, but it's very unlikely. So I opened with 1-for-1, pitching Doppel to spec Tuningware. I played the Junk Synchron, which brought out the Doppel Warrior. I made Junk Speeder. Now, when Doppel Warrior is used for a Synchro Summon, he leaves behind 2 level 1 Dark Warrior tokens for an attack defense. And then, Junk Speeder's effect of specking Synchron tuner monsters from my deck with different levels. So I bring out Junk Synchron and Jet Synchron. I use Junk Synchron and the tokens to go into Junk Warrior. Right now I'm just explaining to Leo where the tokens came from, as well as their attributes and qualities, traits, etc., etc.
Let's rev it up!
So then I use Tuningware and Jet Synchron to go into Formula Synchron eventually. I'm not... Oh. Shuffling to pass it back to him to cut. All right. Cool. Those are usually cut out, but that's fine. So, yeah. So these two tuned together for Formula Synchron, and because Tuningware was used, I get to draw a card, and because Formula Synchron was synchro summoned, I get to draw another card, netting me 2 cards. And the first card I pulled was pretty crazy, and now I tune all 3 together for my 20th secret rare Shooting Quasar Dragon after I ask Leo to gentleman to the illegal OCG.
The evolution of light! Shooting Quasar Dragon!
After taking some time to admire this absolute beauty, I play him on the field, I set 2, and I pass.
Alright, so I am very worried about playing through Quasar's Negation and 2 back row. I don't know what they are yet. I special summon Windwitch Icebell, who is met with Quasar's Negation, because Dylan knows that I'd be able to get to an indestructible Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, but luckily I also had Speed Droid Terratop, which is glued to my hand 24 hours a day, and it's totally understandable why it's at 1. I search out the Teke Tomborg. I activate Teke Tomborg's effect after special summoning it to the field to search out Speed Droid Red-Eyed Dice, and then I will use its level modulation ability to make Terratop become level 6, and then Synchro Summon for the first time this turn. Then, knowing I need to put more bodies on board, and more importantly, I have to get to Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, I use my normal summon on Speed Droid Horstilts, which will special summon out Speed Droid Den Daiko Duke from my hand. Just checking over what's in the graveyard now, and I know how I'm going to get to Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. It's just a matter of getting there. I Synchro Summon for the second time, and summon my second Clear Wing Synchro Dragon, the ultimate rare, to sit next to the ghost rare. They look fantastic together. Some very pretty cards on the field right now with the Shonen Jump Quasar, Ghost Rare, and Ultimate Rare Clear Wing Synchro Dragons. I then activate Speed Recovery, which special summons out Red-Eyed Dice. I then Synchro Summon into Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, and I met with Solemn Judgment. So at the cost of 4,000 life points, he negates the summon. I then activate Monster Reborn and try and bring it back. And then he activates another one, negating the summon. And at this point, I am out of resources, and unfortunately, I have to pass turn.
So I was sweating the proverbial bullets because I'm very well aware that Crystal Wing would be able to punch over Quasar, and Quasar by himself I knew wasn't going to be able to take down boards he was going to be able to make. Thankfully, I was able to open with a Judgment and then draw into another Judgment off of the double draw from making Formula that I got in my previous turn. Now, it's just a matter of clearing things out. Also, I made the conscious decision to save my Judgments for Crystal Wing and the potential Fast Wings that I knew he had, because those were much more scary than Clear Wing, which I knew couldn't take on Quasar head-to-head. So here I am looking over my options, seeing what I can make to OTK and close out the game, make sure that I hit for those 8,000 plus life points. So I'm asking, so I accidentally misplaced Quick Draw in the extra monster zone. Never mind, we move that back. So I spec him, then I normal summon Debris Dragon. Debris Dragon, what it does when it's normal summoned, I get to spec from the graveyard a monster with 500 attack or less. Meaning I can bring back, I believe, Tuning Ware is the monster I choose. Yes, it is. Not going to be synchro summoning, though. Instead, I'm going to be linking off the Debris Dragon and the Quick Draw Synchron into Crystron Halqifibrax. There he is, beautiful boy. Activating his effect to spec from the deck another Junk Synchron, if I am not mistaken, which I believe I am not. No, I am not. That's exactly what I bring out. Then I link the three together to make Borlo Dragon legally this time, after I jokingly made him legal game one, and then I take his Crystal Wing and attack. That is game. Not much you could have done there after I cucked him with the Judgments. GG's.
All right, so first duel is over. Point, Stardust. Surprise appearance by Quasar. I'm not entirely surprised that you used Quasar.
I'm surprised.
The real surprise is Borlo Dragon, which exposes a big weakness in my deck, is that Clear Wing is unable to deal with Link monsters at all, because all his negations are built on being level 5, and even Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon's attack boost is built on being attacking above level 5. So that is something I'm going to have to look at for next month. How did you feel it went? Did you enjoy it? Have a good time?
I did, other than the unfortunate snafu there with World Load in the first game. Everything else is fine. The game 2 definitely exposes a big weakness in mine, being I can't play Quasar.
Yeah, I felt that was a very handed win.
Yeah.
So in the final game, some of you might be saying, Leo, you could have banished Den Daiko Duke, special summon Red Eye Dice, and then made Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon only to punch over Quasar. And you are correct, I could have done that, but it would have amounted to very little, because when Quasar is destroyed,
He floats into Shooting Star Dragon.
and once Shooting Star Dragon is out on the field, he's got a negation again. And then I would have to stop him from making Borlo Dragon.
And you would have to get another way to out Shooting Star, because I can negate an attack.
You can use all of those negations in a single turn?
Yep.
That is disgusting. So you see, it wouldn't have mattered if I had made it, and I would have lost anyway. But I think some of the coolest moments for me personally was seeing Junk Speeder come out and resolve. And then when I used the exact monsters from one of the clips that I found, like the exact move me and Yugo made. I thought that was great. That was my favorite moment, probably, just because it linked up so well.
I think it's funny that Junk Warrior appears for a cup of coffee.
He's in there, and then he's gone.
And he just kind of waves hi, and it was going on.
So if you guys like this video, like and comment below. Let us know who you think is going to win round 2. And let us know what you think of the anime being edited in. Because this video, we edited out any time where we're searching or like things like that, and really cut all that stuff out. So if you guys like it that way, comment below. If you guys like the anime stuff, comment below. And if you don't, let us know, and then it won't be in the next round.
Also, if you want to support your team, if you're rooting for Team Stardust or if you're rooting for Team Clear Wing, in the comments of this video, or we'll have a designated post on the Facebook page, Yu-Gi-Oh! You can pitch different ideas and strategies in theme for our decks that we will take in consideration and hopefully try to pull off in future duels.
Yep. And subscribe to the channel. Like this video. Again, comment below and check out my Patreon, Yu-Gi-Oh! On Patreon. And all those links should be in the description below. And we'll see you in the next one.